Every year, financial institutions pay billions of dollars in regulatory penalties, not because regulators failed to warn them, but because organizations continue making the same compliance mistakes over and over. The answers, they've always been there. The challenge is knowing where to find them and having them in time so you can learn from them. Hi, my name is Alexandra Valencia, the founder of Crypto Made for Me and the Compliance Detective. For over 15 years, I worked in the intelligence financial crime investigation field, anti money laundering, regulatory compliance, banking, and recently, fintech, gaming, and cryptocurrency. Today, my mission is simple to help compliance professionals to learn from yesterday's enforcement actions before they become tomorrow's headlines. My career began with the Drug Enforcement Administration, including an overseas assignment in Bogota, Colombia. From 2008 to 2010, I worked a complex transnational investigation involving the criminal network of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman and Jorge Cifuentes Villa. This investigation crossed multiple countries and focused on dismantling organizations responsible for moving multi-ton quantities of cocaine into Mexico and eventually to the United States. This investigation uncovered sophisticated money laundering networks and exposed financial structures supporting illegal armed groups. That experience has taught me so much and has stayed with me throughout the years and throughout my entire career. If you want to understand crime, you follow the money. After law enforcement, I brought the same investigative mindset into the banking industry, financial services, fintech, gaming, and digital assets. Although the industry changed, the mission stayed exactly the same. Identify risks, protect organizations, strengthen compliance, and prevent financial crime before it becomes tomorrow enforcement action. Throughout my career, I keep seeing the same pattern. Organizations are paying millions and even billions of dollars in regulatory penalties. Then another company will come in and make the same exact mistake. The answer? They're there. Look at the enforcement actions, they explain what fails. Look at the consent orders, they tell you what the controls were missing. Regulators, they told us exactly what the organization should be doing differently, yet the same outcome, the same failures, again, and again. People ask me all the time, how do I learn banking compliance? How do I learn crypto compliance? My answer is the same. Read enforcement actions, read consent orders, read what regulators are saying, read the regulations, because that's where all your answers are. But here's the reality. Most compliance professionals don't have time. They're too busy in their investigations, alerts, audits, examinations, policy updates, meetings, and deadlines. They don't have time. They don't have any more hours in the workday to read hundreds of pages of enforcement actions and regulatory guidance. So I decided to do that work for you. That's why I created the Compliance Detective. I read enforcement actions, I read consent orders, I read regulatory guidance, then I turn all that information into practical compliance intelligence. Instead of you spending hours reading hundreds of pages and reports, I pull out the lesson, the warning signs, the governance failures, the compliance gap, and the control that I can help you and your organization to strengthen your controls. Is to understand why it happened and how to prevent from happening again. Inside Crypto Made for Me and the Compliance Detective, you will find practical tools designed for today's compliance professionals. BSA and AML training built from enforcement actions, crypto AML training tools, blockchain investigation resources, global crypto licensing frameworks, digital asset compliance program, prediction market compliance guidance, weekly compliance clues, and practical education designed to help you connect regulations, governance, and real world enforcement. But financial crime doesn't just affect banks, cryptocurrency exchanges, or businesses, it also affects people. Every day, families lose their life savings over investment scam, cryptocurrency fraud, romance scams, impersonating schemes, and other sorts of financial exploitation. That's why Crypto Made for Me, it's more than just a compliant platform. It is also a place for education, prevention, and awareness. I want to help people understand how things really work, recognize the red flags, and protect themselves so they don't become the next victim. Through interacting scam awareness tools, educational resources, and practical guidance, my goal is to bring crime prevention awareness to everyone, not just the compliance professional. And for those who have been already affected by fraud, we are building the First Light Project, which is a nonprofit initiative to provide education, trusted resources, and guidance to help survivors move to the next step and see what their options are out there, because preventing crime isn't just about protecting your organization, it's also about protecting people. Whether you are a compliance professional trying to stop financial crime or someone just simply trying to protect themselves, to protect that loved one from becoming the next victim, education is our best and strongest defense. My goal isn't simply to teach compliance, it's to help you think like an investigator, build like a compliance officer, and prepare like a regulator. Because after more than 15 years working in criminal investigations and compliance, I have learned one thing: regulators rarely find new mistakes. They keep finding the same ones. And if we can learn from yesterday's failure, we can build a stronger organization, protect our customer, reduce financial crime, and create a stronger culture of compliance. My name is Alexandra Valencia. Thank you for visiting Crypto Made for Me. I hope the resources you find here help you grow your knowledge, strengthen your compliance program, and stay ahead in an industry that is constantly evolving. Together, let's build a smarter compliance program before enforcement does.